Looks like he's gonna check. Okay. He's not. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Wow.
Got a little announcement for you guys, because next to our Mechanics of Poker program and masterclasses, we have now released the Poker Ambition Academy. In this academy, you will be receiving weekly interactive webinars based on your pain points. We will be discussing all areas that you can improve in to become a more successful poker player, taught by coaches who have walked the path that you're currently walking. So if you're interested, go over to the site, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the academy. You know my policy, yeah? If it worked, it was a good play. That's another policy here on stream. We also like to flop flushes. You probably have questions. You probably have some questions about the deviations.
Well, I'm just curious, like, did having the ace of diamonds have a big impact as to why you led there?
Yeah, the ace and the deuce, basically both cards, I thought were just very good cards to have.
Yeah.
And it has like a little bit of mergy effects.
True. Yeah, that hand kind of just doesn't do well check calling or check raising, does it?
No, and basically you unblock all the floats. Like if you check, he will take over the initiative with like queen 9 of clubs. It's a hand that we beat, but we're never gonna realize against that. I think if we overbet the turn, he's still gonna call you with king high flush draws, and we can often win on the river. Like let's say for example the river pairs the board.
Right.
I think we have quite a good chance of showing down some of the time, or versus different ace highs that we chop the river.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure I'll have plenty of fun questions for you today. It's interesting you're taking a deviation against a regular early on.
You know, like like I said, few player, man. Few player. Like, depending on when I'm streaming, I can either play very aggressively or very passively. And it's kind of like, usually in the beginning of the stream, we set the tone for the rest of the stream.
Okay, I like that. I can appreciate that.
So shall we also, just for that argument's sake, 4-bet this hand? we just continue.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes. We roll a high number. Have an okay candidate. Okay.
There you go. I mean, everything's working for you, so.
Everything is working. Get a 4-bet, okay? This is revenge. I think I'm just gonna call. I wouldn't mind 5-bet bluffing when we're on the BBD, but I think continue by calling, flopping sets. Usually how we roll.
You know, maybe you know, some of my luck might be.
I mean, I told you, right? Well, bring the CeeGee good luck to the streams.
I mean, have you seen?
You are only welcome if you brought your good luck. No, I haven't seen your EV graph. Is it bad?
What's that?
I haven't seen your EV graph. Is it bad?
It's not bad, but I'm running even better than my EV.
This turn is quite. Just gonna go for the check again. Would have check raised this flop, which I would have, if you would have c-bet, which I would have done quite a lot. Sixes would have definitely been included. Now I check because I think basically a lot of the hands that I would get 2 streets of value from are probably gonna bet themselves if I start checking, like now. I think on a 4, that doesn't really change much, especially if he has a spade to go with his hand. And also with the 6s, you know, we still have to dodge an ace and a 7. So I don't mind playing it slow. Playing it smooth, winning on the money. That's what Gavin always says when you have a set. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to follow Gavin's advice. You never know. Maybe he throws out a little bluffy.
You check back the flop, right?
Yeah, he checked back the flop. But it looks like he's considering pot controlling or not. That's, I think, his decision right now. Looks like he's gonna check. Okay. He's not. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Wow. Well played.
It's the Wakko factor. They think I'm a little bit crazy. I hero call a bit too much.
Hey, yeah, I play. Well, right now I'm playing 500 Zoom, and I'm trying to make my way up to the Wakko stakes. So, good place to be for me right now, I guess. Yeah, I play mostly 500 Zoom right now, and I take shots at 1 KNL when I can get a seat. Previously, though, I've played high stakes mixed games for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember a Joe Ingram podcast a long time ago where you were playing mixed games, right?
Yeah, I was playing actually the highest games you could play online for a little while. That was fun and exciting until you run like you run like awful.
High stakes poker is very nice until you start running
at the
very
highest
bad.
possible games, and then they break, and you can't play anymore.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, I was chasing a whale, as they say. Trying to hunt my Moby Dick, and then ended up alone and afraid in the middle of the ocean.
This ends quite interesting. I was considering bluffing river. I think on the turn when the deuce connects, like I do think we're blocking some of his check backs, but I think in practice people bet queen jack king queen a little bit more. I once raided to a hot tub girl because there was no one online, and so we raid, and she said thank you for the raid. So I wanted to say something in chat, but then it said like you have to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes in order to chat.
Oh,
to my surprise, all right, a very big part of my following could instantly chat. That's quite interesting, right? Kaltor was obviously the first one to throw out some chats. I'm sure they already met. We throw out a little 7 deuce, guys. Raise and take for the 7 deuce.
I just show them drunken style, and I think it's good for poker, like bring some fun and enjoyment.
I'm pretty sure actually nowadays I'm profiting again with 7 deuce. Frequency 3 bet, frequency call, frequency fold. Where is it? Not showing up. Okay. Small versus
maybe it never happened.
Huh?
Maybe it never happened.
It just never happened.
What was the positions? Chat just wants to see our dogs. They don't even want to see us.
You want to see my dog? Actually, my dog is here. What do we do, Bella? What do we do? What do we do? I throw in the flag and I play the chicken song. Chicken song. Where's the chicken song? Yes, chicken song for the fans. People have been asking for the chicken song. Hey, you like the chicken song?
I love the chicken song. It was actually funny the other day. I was looking through YouTube randomly, and the chicken song came up.
Really?
And until then, I believed that it was actually your song. So when it came out, I was like, "Oh, it's the Wakko's chicken song."
No, it's just if you go to YouTube and you say chicken song, you will find it.
Yeah, I learned that I wasn't very aware of the internet at that point.
Pay attention, guys. We are giving away over $10K worth of free prizes in our Poker Ambition Academy, including a free license to our Mechanics of Poker program. So what are you waiting for? Join our weekly interactive webinars at the Poker Ambition Academy. We open a little chest in the meanwhile. Oh
yeah, about 500 and above. I was getting at.
Hey, wait. Oh, this is. What did we win? Can I still see it?
I didn't
20
see
bucks.
it. Oh, there you go.
20 bucks. Got it.
Don't buy into one game with that. No WSOP for CeeGee? No, I I'm taking this one off due to some health concerns at the World Series of Poker this year.
You mean COVID?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I feel like from watching afar, it seems, I don't know, not as fun as it would be if COVID wasn't happening, you know?
Yeah, no, I can understand.
Have you frequented the World Series of Poker?
I went twice, like very early on in my career, probably like 8 years ago or something. Twice in a row.
Okay. And then never returned?
No, after that, I think one actually, let me see what he called with. I imagine something like tens. Oh, you check back pocket aces.
Look at him.
Look at him being trappy.
How did that play? Can you hit the replay button? You checked the flop. That is a strong and not aggressive play.
Yeah, it's a little bit fake, a little bit fun. It's gonna be an interesting hand. Probably, I would say, always calling twice. So, go from there, unless the turn is a good question. I was gonna think like 9 of spades or something, you know, like a very good completing card, gave him some extra potential, and then actually 9 of spades. But I don't think we are letting this go just yet, especially not for sizing. To be honest. I was gonna say, to be honest, I don't mind a raise here. See what happens. Okay, well, we had equity versus that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the turn raise?
It's not something I would choose to do, but I can respect it.
Yeah, like, because like a lot of his bluffs are gonna contain live cards, right? Somewhere in this region. And I think a lot of his blocking range, that's gonna be a bit like these hands, right? So worst case, this is like, I think often this is worst case scenario.
I think I would just prefer maybe to have hearts to do that.
But hearts is like his main barrel, right? Let's say he has king 8. The main king 8 that he's gonna barrel with is heart. Like, you don't want to have spades. I would say clubs or diamonds are fine, both fine candidates. You understand what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I just don't know if this spot is actually like a raise with king queen.
I do think we're gonna play some raises. Probably. What would you rather raise? King queen or 5-4 suited?
Well, that's a trick question.
There's only 3 questions on the Wakko show. Only difficult
if it
questions.
Is a raise on the turn, I'm not aware of it yet, so I'd be learning something.
All right, let's look at that hand after.
Okay. I don't have all the.
All of these things, you know, they just come on the fly.
I think that if I had to guess, I would choose something like the hearts combo, but if you say that's wrong, then yeah, it could be wrong.
Why would you prefer the hearts combo?
It blocks the important ace-x they can bet call with, but that might be,
I guess, like what ace-x suited would he choose? Maybe like some frequency of a6 suited, a7 suited, ace-10.
I generally polarize more on the turn. That's the problem here, is that I think that king queen is merging a bit too much for raising.
Even versus one turn?
like for me, I would probably choose something like that has, I don't know, has more equity, less showdown value.
So you would call.
Because what would we do with, you know?
Do you play? I can test that. Oh, jam. Do you play jams?
I do.
93. Queens is
do,
pretty
but
good though.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this is. I think you jam jacks more than queens.
No, yeah, for sure. Jacks,
Small blind versus big blinds.
Queens could be just never a big one, but I thought at 93, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, that hand, honestly, I don't know. I don't know the answer on the turn, what hands I would be turning into a bluff, but I feel like intuitively that would be more polarized than king queen. When you have certain spots, I tend to go to the fundamental equilibrium, whereas you're already thinking about how can I deviate from the equilibrium.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, indeed. My mind probably goes a bit faster in terms of this is probably what's supposed to happen. This is the equilibrium, but this is what really happens. This is probably the exploit.
Right.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
So I find that
which comes with the experience, right? There's
which actually is good and bad in my experience, because it's good because obviously you're knowing how to exploit players and you're taking the exploits, but it's bad sometimes because you can easily overassume and deviate too often against a player.
For sure, I would say that's definitely a thing that I don't want to say struggle with, but yeah, struggle with.
I find that it's a problem of knowing too much information.
For you know too much.
But I see it in the really good regs all the time, where it seems like they take spots against me because they assume I'm not balanced.
That makes sense. Actually, we have two interesting spots here. Two barrel spots. I stepped half pot here, barreled. I stepped 3/4 here, barreled. We made it straight, but it's not a very high one. I hope he doesn't dunk. If he dunks, though, I will probably call. No, he doesn't dunk. Should have dunked, man. Should have dunked. Yes. You know, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Take a look at other videos that we've made. I'm sure you will like them as well. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And make sure to join our Discord community so you can stay up to date with new content, new promotions that we have running here at Poker Ambition. And if you want to know more about Poker Ambition and our services, go over to the site pokerambition.com. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.